What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out one of the latest mini PCs from Geekom. The one that we have here today is called the Geekom A5, and as you can see for yourself, this is a pretty tiny mini PC, but even though this is quite small, it is also quite powerful. This is powered by the AMD Ryzen 7 5800H processor that's paired to 32 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage, and the device runs Windows 11 Pro. If we look at the bottom of the mini PC, you're gonna notice that we have 4 screws. If we remove those 4 screws, you can actually install a SATA drive inside this mini PC. The SSD inside it is also removable and replaceable, and you can also upgrade the RAM if you'd like. So everything is very accessible inside the mini PC, and as I said, we only have 4 screws, so you can access everything inside it. For a bit of an unboxing, well, the mini PC comes in this box right here, a good looking box. Inside the box you're obviously gonna find the mini PC itself. We also have the power adapter for it. You're gonna find the user manual for it. However, the mini PC is extremely easy to use, and aside from that, you're also gonna find a mount for the mini PC. So with this mount you could mount it behind a monitor, maybe under a desk or something like that, so it gives you more placement possibilities, I'm gonna say. So you may want to install this on the back of the monitor, because this way you don't have the cables around you, this doesn't take any space, and so on. Taking a quick look at the mini PC itself, well, this looks like most mini PCs out there. So it is fairly small, it's very easy to hide pretty much anywhere, and it is quite surprising how powerful this is considering how small it is. So we have a variety of ports on this mini PC. We actually have more than many other mini PCs that I got to see in the past. So you could actually connect up to 4 monitors to this mini PC. So we have 2 HDMI ports on the back there. Those are HDMI 2.0B ports, so they're capable of 4K, and we also have 2 USB-C ports on the back there that are also capable of video out. So we do have a lot of possibilities of connecting these to monitors. Personally, I just use it with 1 monitor, but you may use it with 2 if that's what you need. Aside from all those USB-A and USB-C ports, on the back there we also have a 2.5 gig Ethernet port. So you can use this plugged in, but if you don't want to use it plugged in, this also supports Wi-Fi 6. So if you have Wi-Fi 6 at home, you can take advantage of those faster Wi-Fi 6 speeds. And this also has Bluetooth 5.2 connectivity. So this you can use a Bluetooth keyboard, a Bluetooth mouse, maybe some Bluetooth headphones. So pretty much unlimited possibilities, and we do have a lot of ports available on this little mini PC. On the left and on the right hand side of the mini PC we have some holes, so I'm assuming that's how the mini PC actually pulls air in, and the exhaust hole is on the back here, so you're gonna feel the hot air coming through the back. On the left hand side here we have a locking hole, and on the right hand side here we have a slot for an SD card, so you can easily plug in an SD card if you want to copy some files or something like that. Now of course inside this we also have a fan. As the PC is sitting right now, you're not gonna hear the fan. I don't even think the fan is running at this point. But as soon as you start doing some more intensive tasks, I'm gonna say, you will hear the fan going. So next I want to show you a quick example how loud the fan goes. So I'll be playing a game and I'll basically record the sound from the fan, just so you can hear how it sounds. If you're not doing much on the mini PC and it is in this kind of an environment, you're not really gonna hear that fan. But when you start doing stuff on it, that fan does get quite loud. So let me quickly play a clip so you can hear how loud the fan is. So as you've heard for yourself, under load you're gonna be able to hear the fan inside the mini PC. Under these conditions you're not gonna be able to hear it, but whenever you're doing some more intensive tasks, of course the fan will have to run, because the PC has to cool itself down, and this is normal to pretty much all computers. They do have to cool themselves down. So maybe it is best if you have this behind a monitor or maybe under a desk. This you're not gonna hear that fan. And what would the mini PC video be without some benchmarks? So first I want to show you the speeds that we get for the internal storage. So this is the 512 gig SSD that we have inside the mini PC. As I said, you can remove and replace this if you want, and the internal RAM can be upgraded up to 64 gigs. So those are the speeds that we get for the internal storage. Moving on to some more benchmark tests and scores, and we're starting with the Geekbench benchmark test, and here we do get some pretty decent single core and multi-core scores. So you're definitely looking at a pretty powerful mini PC, so even though it looks small, this is actually quite powerful. I've also ran the Cinebench benchmark test on it, and these are the scores that we get for that test. So once again, pretty decent scores considering how small this is. So yes, this is a pretty powerful mini device, I'm gonna say. Now, those benchmark tests don't tell us much about the actual performance for day-to-day usage. So of course I did do some tasks that you would normally do on any computer, and I have to say I was quite surprised to see how well this actually works. So it doesn't matter if you have like one window open or 10 windows open, everything does open really fast, it closes really fast, you can start playing, stopping videos right away. So for day-to-day usage, this is extremely quick. So we know that it runs good to watch YouTube videos and write emails, but how about video editing? So I did try some video editing on it. I had a 4K file that I was working with, a pretty big 4K file actually. I believe it had like 6 or 7 gigs. So I dropped that 4K file in the timeline there, and I was quite surprised to see how smooth editing on this PC actually works. So scrolling through your timeline there, even the exporting times were pretty good, actually much better than I was expecting. So of course this is not gonna be a monster of an editing machine, but if you do have a little video here and there, you can definitely do video editing on this machine. Now, of course, this doesn't have a dedicated graphics card inside. So inside this, we have the integrated Radeon Vega 8 graphics. And I wanted to see how gaming does, because I was surprised how well the video editing does. So I did play 3 games on this. Now I'm only going to show you about a minute of each game. I also have the frames per second on the screen there. I believe I have other information in the top left corner there, so you can see all that. So I'm going to play those 3 games that I played. I'm going to show you those 3 games that I played, about a minute of each one of them, and then I will be right back.
نیزه‌وران اینجا جلو مردان فراهم آری
آری منتظر همی انبرم
فرمانان نیزه‌وران آراسته گیری نشان
And as you've seen for yourself, it did do exceptionally well for those games. I actually didn't expect that it would do this good for that Age of Empires 4 game. That one does require quite a bit of resources. Now, of course, this is not gonna be a gaming machine. It's only gonna be able to play certain games. And of course, you can lower the graphics settings on many of those games and make them more playable. But for what this is, I was quite surprised how well it did perform for those games. Now, of course, depending what you're doing with it and how intensive the tasks that you're doing on this mini PC are, you could run into some thermal throttling depending what you do with it. For regular day-to-day usage, I think you're not gonna get into that, but if you do play a lot of games, and I'm not talking about those games that I played, other more intensive games, you could run into some thermal throttling, which is kind of normal for these small units. Basically, that fan cannot keep up with the heat generated by that processor. So that will happen depending what you're doing with the device, but for day-to-day tasks, I don't think that's gonna be an issue. For the price, because this is fairly affordable, I think this offers really good value, and this is also quite a powerful mini PC. As always, I will leave some links in the video's description if you wanna check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.